Hey guys, it is Scott the Steamroller Steen with Steamroller Picks. We're going to talk a little conference semifinals and the national championship game in college football. But before we do that, let's check in on last week's action. Man, we remained hotter than a $2 pistol, to quote the great George Jones. We had Miami Ole Miss under. That one lost at the last second. But we did have Indiana covering the points against Oregon. Just two different teams right there. Indiana on a different level so far. We had the Panthers plus 10.5 as a game they probably should have won outright against the Rams. They certainly had a good chance to do it. Couldn't get that last stop at the end. We had the Bears plus 100. As with any time you take the Bears, it wasn't easy, but we got it done. We had the Jags minus 108 against the Bills. Speaking of needed one more stop and couldn't get it. Hello, Jacksonville. We'll see you next season, Duval. And then we swept from there on out. I had the Niners plus 5.5 against the Eagles. Didn't need them as the Eagles will not repeat as Super Bowl champions. We had the Patriots minus 3.5. And as we predicted, that Chargers offense just couldn't get much going at all. And we had the Texans minus 3 against the Steelers. Hey, don't look now, kids. Texans defense, pretty darn good. By the way, Steelers offense, no, not good at all. So that puts it at 6-2 for last week. And since we started doing the playoffs here for college and the NFL, we are 13-4-1. That's exactly the way it goes when you decide to stop selling picks. On the other hand, you guys are getting all my best picks right here. This is, because I'm not selling premiums anymore. So all the picks I'm making, you guys are getting. So there you go. All right, so let's talk about the Saturday games in the NFL. It's going to be the Bills as they visit the Mile High City to take on the Broncos. Bills on the money line minus 105. That's who we are riding here, kids. This is a Buffalo team. You know what? You look at them, you say, well, they're kind of weak here, they're weak there, but you know what? They just keep getting it done, especially lately. They're 7-2 in their last 9. And including in those 7 victories, they beat 4 playoff teams. They beat Tampa, and then they had road wins against Pittsburgh, New England, and Jacksonville. Meanwhile, the Broncos last 3 weeks have not been good. They struggled to get past the JV squads of the Chargers and the Chiefs. The real team that came into Denver and played them was Jacksonville, and the Jags beat them by 2 touchdowns. Give me Buffalo minus 105. This could be their year. Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. Out west in the NFC, the other Saturday game, the night game, the Seahawks minus 7 against the Niners. Guys, I went back and forth on this one. I really did. The Niners team is a team that you look at them and again, well, I don't know how many more guys they can lose and still to keep it going, but that's exactly what they do. But I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Seahawks minus the 7 here. These teams played not too long ago in a game that was absolutely critical, basically for the NFC West division. Seattle held San Francisco to 53 yards on the ground, 120 yards through the air, and now they get to try and create some offense without George Kittle and certainly a banged-up Trent Williams. I imagine he's going to play, but I don't think he'll be 100%. This is a good Seahawks team, kids. They really are. They do enough on offense, and they're really good on defense. Give me Seahawks minus the 7 there at home. 12th man, baby. And the last NFL game, or the first Sunday game, sorry, going to be Texans Patriots. I'm looking at the total here, kids, 40.5. We are going to play the under. Both of these defenses playing very solid football right now. We talked about the Texans, Patriots. Patriots are just a tick behind them as far as scoring defense goes, but still a very good unit. The Patriots, they can be run on, and I think that's what the Texans are going to try to do. I think the Texans are going to try to take the air out of the ball and limit possessions by running the football. And I'm going to take the under 40.5 here. We're going to play the total. And then in our Sunday nightcap, this is going to be a fun one, kids. It's going to be the Rams and the Bears. How could I quit you, Bears? I can't do it. I can't do it at all. Give me the Bears plus 3.5. You know, the Rams had their hands full with the Carolina team. We already talked about that. And this Carolina team is not nearly as good as the Chicago Bears. On paper, Rams should have an easy time of it. They have superior talent, superior coaching, probably, although Ben Johnson's certainly done a nice job with the Bears. But, of course, if you played this game on paper, the Bears would be home watching the playoffs. So it hasn't mattered all season. I don't think it matters here. Who's going to stop Chicago? Not the Rams. Give me the Bears plus 3.5, a little sprinkle on the money line, all right? But just when you thought it was over, no, we got a Monday night game, and it's a biggie. It's going to be for the Natty, everybody, the Miami Hurricanes and the Indiana Hoosier Daddies. Indiana, 8.5-point favorite, man. That seems like a monster number in a big game like this. But you know what? I ain't feared. I'm going to ride with Brandon. I'm going to ride with Brandon Z, baby. And I know he's going to be watching this one. I know he's going to be rooting for his Hoosiers. I'm going to take Indiana minus 8.5. Here's the deal. We talk a lot about this Miami defense. Well, guess what? The Hoosiers have one of the few defenses in the nation that is as good or even better than Miami. The problem for the Canes is the Indiana Hoosiers are vastly superior on offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see a low-scoring first half as Indiana figures their shit out, but I think they pull away in the end. I don't like laying big numbers in big games, but I think these teams, once again, are on two different levels. I think Indiana's been the best team in the nation all season long, and I think they prove it again on Monday night. Give me Indiana minus 8.5. Give me the Bears plus 3.5. Give me the Texans Patriots under 50.5. Take the Seahawks minus 7. Start it all off with the Bills on the money line at minus 105. And at the end of those 5 games, you guys can join me as we pick up our winning tickets and head back to the window. All right, guys, as always, thanks very much for watching. Hope everyone's having a fantastic new year. If you're hot, hope you stay hot. If you're not hot, time to turn it around. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop your plays in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking of my plays. Drop those comments in there. Tell me I'm an idiot, whatever. I love to see them. You know I do. You guys have a great time, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.